What up, Card Kingdom family? Kenji back for some more drafting on Arena. We got some of the Outlaws of Thunder Junction early access event, courtesy of Wizards. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Early access event, it's only up for like 12 hours today. So we are trying to jam as many drafts as we can for content. And hopefully you all will enjoy. We opened Vadmir New Blood. Great card. New mechanic called Commit in this format that targeting an opponent, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyard acts as a crime. And then whenever you enact a crime, I guess, you get some certain abilities of some cards. So Vadmir is a great first pick. There are some list-type cards or bonus sheet cards. Collected Defiance as a reprint. I'm not going to have time to go much over these packs, as it is a premier draft, so we're drafting with other people, including like Reed Duke. Let's see, loading ready run Jace. I don't know who's on the Jace account, but Reader Rabbit, for example, is Reed, Jimmy, lots of other people, of course. But yeah, I've had some really good success with red-black crimes in this format, so I think this is a really good idea. I am going to go in forcing red-black crimes, because I think not only is the deck very good, but in these early access events where people don't know what they're doing, including myself, latching on to one particular archetype and just going with it is usually very good. So we've got a 2/2 haste here. This is a funny card. There's the Roadrunner and Coyote in the format, so very flavorful of like Looney Tunes. This one's a 2/2 haste that can get a little bit of evasion. I'll note out some key mechanics though. Mounts and vehicles are back in this format. Mounts are creatures that can almost kind of get crewed, and when they do, they get a special ability of sorts. There are deserts in this format. There are a bunch of cool things. So far, and again, my sample size is very small, this has been pretty fun. We open the Visage Bandit. We get passed rather. 4-mana 2/2. Enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control, except it's a shapeshifter in addition to its other types. So a new mechanic called Plot. It lets you pay ahead of time and then cast that spell for free later at sorcery speed. So on turn 3, for example, you can cast this, or rather pay the plot cost. It goes exiled. It is face up, so your opponent does see it, and then later on in the game you can pay it for free, play it for free. So a lot of cool mechanics there. The red-black cards in this pack are not particularly good. Could just take a little bit of fixing. I will note that all of these deserts that deal 1 to the opponent, that's committing a crime. And so they have a lot of good synergy with Crime Matters cards. Let's just take the land, though. It's a good piece of fixing. We're getting past an Aloe Alchemist. Okay, we might want to take that. It's a 2-mana 3/2 trample, but when you plot it, target creature gets +3/+2 and gains trample end of turn. So it's not truly a combat trick because plotting is sorcery speed, but it's still pretty solid. A new mechanic as well called Spree. So Spree cards, you pay their initial base cost, for example, 2 blue in this one. And then if you pay extra, depending on the mode of the spree, you get some different effects. So for example, you could pay 2 blue and 2 colorless to exchange control of 2 target creatures, or any combination of those there. I'm going to actually take this Raven of Fell Omens, though. Like I said, I'm going to try to force the red-black crime deck, as I think it's pretty good. Gila Courser, 3-mana 4/2. Whenever it attacks while saddled, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. So good value 3-drop right here. This is the saddle ability. Again, there are a bunch of creatures in this format that are also mounts, and so saddling is a sorcery speed pseudo crew effect that lets you gain some ability when you do in fact saddle that creature. Deadeye Duelist is a fantastic way in this format to enable the crimes. It's pay 1 mana, tap it, deal 1 damage to target opponent. That is enacting a crime, but I'm going to take the Courser there, as it just adds a little bit more value, although maybe synergy is what I should be going for. Ooh, here's another pretty good one, the Slick Shot Lockpicker. 3-mana 2/3, ETB, target instant or sorcery in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn, flashback equal to its mana cost. But because this has plot, you plot it earlier in the game, and then later on you cast it, and you can flashback an instant or sorcery. So pretty good one there. Hard Bristle Bandit, also fantastic, just a 2-mana ramper plus fixer. This is a 3-mana 3/3, or if you plotted it, it's a 3-mana 5/5, 4-mana 5/5, I guess, in that scenario. Kind of like taking the lock picker here. Stay a little bit open just in case. Let's see, 3-mana 3/2 ETB. You may sacrifice a creature when you do. Target player draws 2 and loses 2, and it's got plot 3. That's pretty solid. There are a couple of ways to steal a creature, at least one way to steal a creature in this format, so that's good value. This is a constructed card, Uber Flicker. Let's take the Unscrupulous. What does this one do? At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one. Target creature you control gets +2/+0, or target creature you control gains menace and haste. Don't think that's particularly good. Oh wow, we have a double rare reprint land. Courtyard and Inspiring Vantage, that's funny. Let's see, I don't think Fury's any good. This is a 3-mana 2/4. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, it gains a flying counter. I guess we might try the enchantment, who knows. Return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then return up to 1 target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. That's a good value card for sure. So this is a 1-mana way to enable crimes. But like I said, I think we're just going to stick with forcing red-black, even though it's not entirely coming together. Target creature can't block this turn. We just take the Buzzard with plot. Stick with the red-black cards for now. Pyromancer is fine. There's also a Spells Matter count cards. Getting past, or opening rather, of Vraska. 3/3 Death Touch for 3. Whenever a non-token creature an opponent controls dies, you may pay 1 if you do. Return that card to the battlefield tapped in your control. It's a treasure artifact, and it loses all other card types. So, not the best card, but not terrible. Decimate on the bonus sheet. At Knife Point is one of the fun cards we were hoping to get. This is the red-black namesake card, I guess. Right? As long as it's your turn, Outlaws you control have first strike, and then whenever you commit a crime, you make a 1/1 that has a pump ability. So I'm going to take that and stick with what we're doing here. We're going to be looking for a lot of these tap lands that deal damage, and oh man, we're getting past a really, really nice one. Caustic Bronco, 2-mana, 2/2, saddle 3. It is a Dark Confidant ability when it attacks, but if it is saddled, the opponent instead loses that much life. So if you can back this up with any tricks or removal, this card will win the game very quickly. Let's see, Vraska joins up, put a Death Touch counter on each creature you control. Whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Not very good. There's a whole cycle of some number of these legendary enchantments. I think the majority of them are probably not very good for limited. 5-mana 3/5 Flying Vigilance Ward 2. Whenever you commit a crime, Surveil 2. That card's really good. Don't know what Lazav does. Gets bigger and can copy things. Cool. Oh, what is this? 7-mana 6/6 Trampling Dino. When it or another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life and draw a card. When it dies, if it's not a token, create a token that's a copy of it. Holy smokes, that card is busted. Jeez. Do I ditch everything for that green bomb? It's 7 mana. From my experience this so far, this format is not extremely fast. Now, I'm sure at the beginning of the format, some people will find a way to abuse speed, but I'd rather just take like the Bristling Backwoods here. No, the Tyrant's just so much better than any other card we have. If green is open, we can take it. Let's see here. Honest Rutstain now? 3-mana 3/2. Gravedigger that also makes creature spells 1 less to cast. Okay. I guess we could move into trying to be a green-black deck, even though I already passed Vraska. Like, Vraska was solid, but not like bomby. This card is just simply bomby, right? Insatiable Avarice. A black and 2 search your library for card, shuffle, and put it on top. And then 3 black is target player draws 3 and loses 3, or if for 5 you could draw 3, lose 3 while also having tutored and drawing that card immediately. Could also just take a 2-mana 3/3 to buy us time. Yeah, we can try it. Why not? This card is probably not that good, but the format's fresh, so now's the time, if any. Man, it or another, so crazy. The old 1-mana 1/1, sorry, 1-mana 2/2 that comes back when you commit crimes. There's the duelist for the crimes. There's a graveyard recursion. Guess throw from the saddle is a solid removal spell if we want to take a green card. I feel like I still want to go red-black crimes. Prismatic Vista's in the format. Cool. Oh, here's one of the gain control effects. How many ways do I have to sacrifice a creature? We have the Desecrator. What else? Thought I had 2. Oh yeah, we have the Contractor. I think I might try that card, overtaking the Jagged Barrens. Another one, perfect. Okay, and they're uncommon too, so that's pretty nice that we have 2 of them. Now we want to get a few more sacrifice effects, which there are definitely some in the format. There's like the Village Rites type card. Yeah, no, this could be nice. Let's see. 5 mana, 4/5 reach. Whenever you cast your second spell, deals 2 damage to target opponent, scry 1. Or we could just take the Coyote to go with the Roadrunner. Quick draw's fine. I like it. Red-black crimes. Seems like it's going to be a good beatdown strategy here. Let's see. So 1, 2. I guess I don't actually have enough ways to commit a crime right now. Yeah, we need a ton more ways to commit crimes. This can only pump your creature. If this could pump any creature, that could just be a very nice continuous crime effect, but sadly it is not for us. So need ways to target things. What is this? Breaches the Blast Maker. 3 mana, 3/3 menace. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you may sack an artifact. If you do, flip a coin. When you win the flip, copy the spell. You may choose new targets. When you lose, it deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target. So you need a lot of artifacts for that. We have a bunch of red cards here. What is this? Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and menace. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. It's got plot for 1. That's pretty good. 5/4 trample affinity for outlaws is pretty good. We have quite a few outlaws, I think. I'm probably just supposed to take the skewer, though. Yeah, it's a good way to enact a crime. Here's another good way to enact a crime, right? 4 damage to target creature for 3 mana seems good. 3 mana, 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, you can sack another creature. When you do, destroy target non. That card's very good. Doc Arlock. 2/3. Plotting cards from your hand cost 2 less, and spells you cast from your graveyard or exile cost 2 less. Thunder Salvo is another cheap way to target something. There's Nathan Stoyer. Fortune is a pretty cool one. Beast Mount. Another Contractor here. All right. Well, another way to sacrifice is great when we have, again, that double take for a ride steal effect. How about another? Is that too many? Oh, I guess maybe this is better. Exile target creature if it had mana value 3 or less, surveil 2. Yeah. Vault Plunder is also solid, unless we want to take the Silver Deputy. The Deputy is nice for helping fix your mana, but the Vault Plunder can target any player. So you can make the opponent draw a card, lose a life, and trigger crime if you really need to, or it's just a 3-1 that draws you a card. Both great. Is that Hypothesizzle? Man, they have a ton of weird list cards. I guess I'll just take the Deputy for now. Destroy target non-outlaw creature for 2 mana instant speed. That seems great. I didn't take a single one of these duelists, and I feel like I really should have, but what's done is done now. I also didn't take enough of the lands that ping for just free ways to turn on the crimes, but let's double check how many ways I actually have to make a crime valuable. 1, 2, 3, 4, but more better the more you have. I guess I don't have that many payoff cards for crimes. The nice thing is just taking removal qualifies as a crime, so like you want to be drafting some removal anyway, right? Ancient Cornucopia. Well, no red or black cards here for us. We need to get like 1 or 2 more playables, ideally. Hopefully one of them is a creature. And Breach is wheeling. 5 mana to deal 6 damage to a creature and 2 to another creature, I guess is fine. Can I get 1 more critter? We're going to need to draw well, because I don't think I have as much power as I wanted. Two that has double strike as long as you've committed a crime. It's not bad. If we were playing that color. I'm sure we'll do fine. This is early access after all. Nobody knows what they're doing. Certainly not me. Definitely not me. This is all just for funsies. I guess my biggest issue is I didn't get any of the ways to get a creature back from the graveyard, so if like our Vadmir dies, he's simply just gone forever. So I don't necessarily think this is a 17 land deck. How many mounts do I have? I have 2 mounts. Do we play this card? It's just like a Surveil, maybe later in the game, otherwise it's colorless though. Ugh. Is this good? Doesn't seem that good in our deck, but maybe. 8/8 ship it. Do we want to run this as a tapped pseudo duel? I guess that's probably fine. Okay, let's give it a shot. I don't think this deck is any special, but could play out cool if we get the right synergies to work out. have Vadmir and Caustic Bronco on opening hand here, so definitely a keeper. These are two of our best cards. They have the Deadeye Duelist, so this is going to be a mirror match. Red-black crime mirror match. Okay. Let's just plot our contractor and hope we can find one of our steel effects later. Alright, so crime is on. I'm gonna make a treasure. Oh, are they just passing? Whoa, what is going on? They're just letting me attack with this thing? Okay, I'm alright with that. So we'll saddle it up. Trigger. They take 3 extra. Say go. Boneyard Desecrator. It's a good target for our Consuming Ashes. The opponent's getting really aggressive for some reason. Let me tell you, I do not mind. So we exile this, trigger our crimes. Saddle the Bronco. They take 2 more damage again. I don't think I'm going to skewer them yet. I think we're going to hold it and maybe aim it at their face. They're getting really aggressive. Target opponent sacrifices half the creatures they control rounded up. Wow. Okay. Let's keep the Vadmir instead of the Caustic then. Still attacking? Guess they're just dead. Is there something they can do for 0 mana here? Guess not. Alright. Nice. I'll try to hover a little bit better over some of the cards. I know they're all new. Be wary or be cognizant of that. I'll show off the cards better for the next few games if I can. But yeah, got the first. On to game 2. We're on the play. We do have a black source. Oh, this hand's pretty weak, though. I do have a steal effect and a way to sack, I suppose. This is really risky. It needs a lot of help, and that is a lot of help, because Caustic Bronco on turn 2 is perfect. 2/2 can block. So they're going to be the green-black self-mill strategy. ETB. Let's see. It's probably alright to offer the trade. Take 4 damage. I think we're going to go ahead and play the tap land. This is actually a really good rodeo, Pyromancers. Because turn 4 we go Pyromancer. Turn 5, we can go Desecrator, add 2 mana. Oh, no, wait, that wouldn't work. Never mind. Wouldn't be able to sack in the same turn cycle. Two lifelink ETB target player mills 2. Unfortunate Accident is a spree card that can kill a creature, or they can also make a token if they get the land. Let's see. So I need 2 more, or I need 1 more black for the Avarice. I guess what I can do here is play the... Well, no, we want to get the Desecrator online, don't we? Because if they just play some random big creature next turn, I can steal it with Take for a Ride and then sacrifice it to the Desecrator. So that's 4 mana to kill a creature, 2 mana to make a 1/1, or 5 mana to kill a creature and make a 1/1 with that ability. Is pretty solid. Sure. ETB, any number of target opponents each discard a card for each of those opponents who didn't discard a card with mana value 4 or greater, draw a card. Okay, so they get to draw a card here. And I get a treasure as well. It's good value. That gives us our 3rd black source. Alright, they're just going to straight up exile my creature. So what card do we want to put on top? I kind of want to put the Contractor on top and hope I rip my other Take for a Ride, but that's probably not right. We should probably just grab a removal spell or something. Plus, I don't know if I can afford to lose too much more life here. I guess I could take the Take for a Ride and hope I draw a sacrifice effect. Let's do it. Let's go high upside. And we did. Excellent. I'll just play the 2/2 out. I'm pretty sure they have Skullduggery in hand, but... if they want to use Skullduggery to trade for a 2/2, I'm alright. Come on, play 1 more big creature. Big creature. It's not a big creature. Nor is that. Womp womp. I mean, it's good enough to steal. Oh, I wonder if they instead have the sack a creature, draw 2 card. That might actually be what it is. Wow, it is. That's so unlucky. Jeez. That's really unlucky for us. Well, that goes my entire game plan. And now they're going to play some fat thing, I'm sure. crap. Yeah, man. That's brutal. Okay, we need to kill that right now. Otherwise that can get indestructible on their turn. Damn, I think we're crushing if they don't have the sacrifice a creature draw 2 card. Oh! Never mind, I lied. We were very dead. This card is so good in the format. The Rise of the Varmints. Make a 2/1 for each creature card in your graveyard with plot, so the later the game goes on, the... Yeah. If you can do it, anything more than 2 is great. 2 is like the base. 4 mana for 2 2/1s is like whatever, but okay. But it just scales so far up. It's crazy. Alright, this hand is also fine. We're playing against James. One of my other YouTube videos, we played against Graham 3 times in a row. Kind of funny. Alright, so we're going to save the Abraded Bluffs for the crime, since we have a bunch of other lands already. What is the cost of that? Saddles 2? Right. It gains first strike? That's really annoying. I guess I'm just gonna play out the Silver Deputy and not grab a land. Because if James somehow doesn't have a creature to saddle, then we can just block and trade. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Getting rewarded here for holding our land. Three colors? Oko the Ringleader! What the hell does this do? Beginning of combat, becomes a copy of up to 1 target creature you control until end of turn, except he has hexproof. Draw 2, if you've committed a crime this turn, discard a card, otherwise discard. So it's a double loot. Or you can make... Jeez Louise. A 3/3 on the minus.
Would you like to see
That's nuts. How do I want to play this? When this enters the battlefield, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains haste until end of turn. I guess I go for the Badmere attack here and just get my pseudo 2-for-1. The other option was to pre-combat, consume the elk, and then attack with both. Okay, that's both pretty nice. Alright, I think we're doing okay here. Maybe I should have done it pre-combat and attacked. Force them to... like, if he wants to keep Oko alive, then... he would have had to still lose both his creatures, and I would have, poked Jace or Oko for 1. Maybe this was wrong. So what happens? 4 or more counters, it has Menace Lifelink. It's pretty good. Oh, I should have played out the swamp and discarded Mountain here. So he can just eat the 1-2, but at least Oko's off the battlefield. Yeah, I didn't sequence this very well, but so be it. Stupid sexy Oko, huh? And he's plotting a loan shark. That's a great one. If you've cast 2 or more spells this turn, draw a card. Plots 4. Wow, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can hit him down to 6. But I wonder if it's better to go like this. Sack the peddler. Draw 2. And then Coyote and attack for 11 instead, while also drawing extra cards. Oh, I might have lethal next turn. This is target player. I can make him lose 2 life, and that's going to make Vadmir a 6/6 menace. I guess he's probably going to double spell this turn, right? Yeah. Need to find one of our active treason effects. Wait, is this a May? Oh wait, no, never mind. I was thinking, could I have dealt 2 damage to him with the first contractor I played? Technically, yes, but... Bounce my Vadmir. That sucks. Alright, well, we're gonna have to chill out for a bit then. Trading is in our favor. Oh, what am I doing? Oh wait, he got scared. I tricked him. Okay. I made a mistake there. Oh no, auto tapper! Auto tapper left up my bluffs. Oh well, okay. So I attacked my 3/2 into his 3/4, and that made him think I had something when I didn't. That's kind of funny. And then I got wrecked by auto tapper. I got bailed, and then I got wrecked. 5 mana, 4/3 flying vigilance. Enters the battlefield, return a permanent from your mana with mana value 3 less from your grave to your hand. Return that to the battlefield if you control amount. Okay. Not great. We do want to trade our 3/2 for 4/3 if possible. Ugh. We might lose this game. We have a lot of good draws, but we have a lot of bad draws as well. We really just need to find another way to commit a crime. Yeah, 4/3 flying vigilance. I've dealt a lot of damage to myself this game too, right? How much? 4? More? That card's very good, so he can bounce something now. Bounce the buzzard, maybe? Yeah, I think bouncing the flyer makes the most sense. What What's the other wording on this card? If you control a desert, you also surveil one, which he does have a desert now. Would not want to block the contractor. This one doesn't have the ability of the... So the coyote cannot get unblockable, but the roadrunner can, or unblockable-ish. Wow, he's bouncing the contractor. That's good, right? GG. He might not realize that the contractor can go to him as well. Or maybe he was going for the win. If I play that and pay the 2 life, and he had a way to deal with it. Yeah, no. That could go both ways. That could have been a really greedy play on his part, or he might not have realized that I could target him, but we drew the removal spell anyway, so it didn't matter. Okay, 2 and 1. Go, go, go. Oh, we're playing against an arena dev, the orange name human token. How's our hand look? It's fine. I only have a few hours left in this event, so I might actually call the draft after this match, win or lose, so that I can try to record some more content, because, again, for some inexplicable reason, I say inexplicable, but this event is only up for like 10 hours today, and there are far fewer people in the event as well, so the matchmaking time is really hurting this. I'm going to go ahead and grab a land here, I think. Do we want to grab... let's just grab a... Yeah, a swamp here. We need to grab the 3rd black source for the Insatiable Avarice. Binding Negotiation. They get to take my Gila Courser. Gila Courser, actually, I think it's pronounced. Gila? Gila monster? Yeah, alright. I'll go ahead and plot. I don't think a 3-mana 2/1's doing too much, plus we have a couple of removal spells already in our hand, so... Seems fine. Could very well be that I just draw 3 cards and lose 3 life next turn. That seriously does not seem like a bad line of play. Oh, speaking of, that's pretty funny. Well, with the Mesa draw we could wait, but I don't think we want to do that. I'm tempted to play out the Buzzard and just, yeah, let's do it. Need to find one of our ways to sacrifice a creature since we have the Ride in hand. There's Vraska the Silencer. Don't particularly care about that. Man, another steal effect, okay. Miner into 3 damage. The Contractor! That's what I want to draw. A lot more sad when you only get to play it out as a 3/2. Aha, and a punch effect, sure. I mean, this is probably worth it, right? Raven, take for a ride, drain for 1, hit him for 6. since we have a second take for a ride in hand anyways. Well, that ain't gonna cut it. Alright, GG's. Nice, nice. Yeah, no, this deck's really cool. I didn't think it was as good as the best of the red-black crime decks, but it is certainly doing its thing. Alright, I think we'll call it there. Again, this is an event that's only up for a little while longer, so I'm going to try to get as many drafts in as I can. I think the drafting portion's pretty interesting. And while the gameplay is the biggest thing I'm interested in, just seeing all the different archetypes and cards in action is good, but I think we've got a good idea of what red-black does. So we'll call it there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back next time for some more. Bye-bye.